tonight we're going to talk about branding your business. So we'll talk about research your target audience, like researching your target audience, pick your focus and personality, creating a tagline, choose the look of your brand, like colors and fonts, design your brand logo, and apply your brand across your business, applying your brand across your business. So what is a brand? A brand isn't just a recognizable name. A brand logo that distinguishes you in a crowded market. Your brand is how people perceive you wherever they interact with your business, both the impressions you can control and the ones you can't. You can't effectively approach how to create a brand without being consistent and maintaining that consistency as you extend your brand to every part of your business. The best way to build a brand starts with establishing what that consistency is going to look like and the feeling you want to evoke. Research your target audience and your competitors. So to me, target audience is the most important. Competitors is important, but I feel like competitors are competitors. I mean, you can see what they're doing good and take from that. But your target audience, figuring out who it is you're speaking to, like who is your client avatar. Before you start making any decisions about how to create a business brand, you need to understand the current market, who your potential customers and current competitors are. There are many ways to do this. So so for us, it's real estate sales. So Google real estate sales and analyze the direct and indirect competitors that come up. But whatever type of business you have, Google that and analyze that direct and indirect competitors that come up. Check subreddits that relate to your customers and eavesdrop on their conversations and product recommendations. Talk to people who are a part of your target market and ask them what real estate agent comes to mind when they think of commercial real estate. So I'm speaking from my point of view, but depending on the type of business. So if you have a healthcare company or a daycare or a plumbing company, like ask those questions about that particular business. Look at the relevant social media accounts or pages your target audience follows and are receptive to. Go shopping online and offline and get a feel for how your customers would browse and buy or lease your product. As you go about your research, make a note of who your lowest hanging fruit customers are, the ones you could most easily sell to, who your top of mind competitors are, the brands that are established and known in the market, the ones you want to be like. How your customers speak and what they talk about, the interests they have, and the language they express in them. It's important to have a handle on this before moving forward, as it will inform what your brand should focus on and how it can position itself apart from the competitors. So if you completely understand your target audience and you know who your competitors are and what they look like, you want to, when you're looking at your competitors, you want to see what in that market is missing. What problem can I solve that no one else has thought about for your target audience? I mean, for your competitors, right? And then for your target audience, you want to totally know who it is you're speaking to so that when you're creating your brand, this brand speaks to that person. Pick your focus and personality. You can't establish your brand to be everything to everyone, especially at the start. It's important to find your focus and let that inform all the other parts of your brand as you build it. Here are some questions about questions and a branding exercise to get you thinking about the focus and tone of your brand. What's your position statement? A position statement is one or two lines that stake your claim in the market. This isn't necessarily something you put on your website or business card. It's just to help you answer the right questions about your brand and aids in creating your brand's tagline. Pick your pick your focus and personality. What words would you associate with your brand? So like for me, the words I associate with my brand are commercial real estate, generational wealth, wealth building, business credit. One way to look at how to build a brand is to imagine your brand as a person. Mine is a woman, a mother. What would they be like? What kind of personality would your customer be attracted to? So my brand is fun, entertaining, educational, going to give you all the information, everything you need in order to make the best decisions moving forward. This will help inform your voice on social media and the tone of all your creative, both visual and written. A fun and useful exercise for how to create a new brand is pitching 3 to 5 adjectives that describe the type of brand that might resonate with your audience. I compiled a list of traits to help you get started. Pick your focus and personality. What metaphors or concepts describe your brand? Think about your brand identity as a metaphor or personifying it can help you identify the individual qualities you want it to have. This can be a vehicle, an animal, a celebrity, a sports team, anything, as long as it has a prominent reputation in your mind. That summons the sort of vibe you want your brand to give off. For example, if you want to establish your brand targeting entrepreneurs, you might choose to use the raccoon as a starting point. They're scrappy survivors who will do anything to thrive. If your brand identity has an animal, what animal would it be and why is it like that animal to you? So for me, my brand identity is not an animal, it's a person. So it's a woman, it's a mom who is very focused on working smart and consistently, making time for personal time for herself and for her children, as well as making sure that she does everything possible to build generational wealth for her children so that her children don't have to start from scratch and figure it all out like she did. So create a tagline. A catchy slogan is a nice to have asset, something brief and descriptive. You can use as a tagline in your social media bios, website header, custom business cards, and anywhere else where you only have a few words to make a big impact. Keep in mind that you can always change your slogan as you find new angles for marketing. Pepsi has gone through over 30 slogans in the past few decades. A good slogan is short, catchy, and makes a strong impression to boost brand awareness. Here are some ways to approach writing a slogan on your own. So stake your claim, Death Wish Coffee, the world's strongest coffee. Make it a metaphor, Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. Adopt your customer's attitude, Nike, just do it. Leverage labels, Cards Against Humanity, a party game for horrible people. Write a rhyme, Folgers coffee. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Describe it literally, Arteza. Everyday luxury to elevate your world. Try our slogan maker to brainstorm some ideas or play off of your positioning statement to generate potential one-liners to describe your business. So for me, and I'm going to change this because when I started, my focus was realtor. So I'm a commercial agent, and residential agents they're working with clients all the time. They get a lot of commercial leads, but they don't know what to do with them. So they just like leave that money on the table. So mine was the realtor's realtor. So I was all about, refer me the deal. I'll give you 25% and send it back to you on the residential side. So I constantly called myself the realtor's realtor, right? I'm the realtor that all the realtors are going to use, which that's still my brand for social media, but I need a different brand for for my actual clients, and I am working on that. But yes, so that was my tagline, the realtor's realtor. I had one, Ritzberg Realty, where luxury is a lifestyle, and then I had Ritzberg Realty, we've got the keys. So you can change, and your brand should change. I think that if it's not changing, that's an issue. If your brand identity is not changing, that's an issue. Choose the look of your brand colors and font. Once you've got a name down, you'll need to think about your brand design, how you'll visually represent your brand, namely your colors and typography. This will come in handy when you start to use a website builder to make your own website. Choosing your colors. Colors don't just define the look of your brand, they also convey the feeling you want to communicate and help you make it consistent across everything you do. You'll want to choose colors that differentiate you from direct competitors to avoid confusing your potential customers. Color psychology isn't an exact science, but it does help to inform the choices you make, especially when it comes to the color you pick for your brand logo. The infographic below has a nice overview of emotions and association that differentiate colors, generally evoke. Choosing your font. At this point, it's also good to look at fonts you might want to use on your website. The best way to build a brand when it comes to fonts is by keeping it simple. Pick 2 fonts at most to avoid confusing visitors. One for headings and one for body text. This doesn't include the font you might use for your brand logo. You can use a font pair to browse from a wide selection of fonts that go well together. Consider how legible white and black text will be over your color palette and how colored text might look over white and black backgrounds. Try using a tool like Colors to brainstorm colors that work together. Grab the hex codes to keep handy and sift through different shades to find the ones you like. For inspiration, use stylify.me or on your favorite website to see their visual style at a glance. The best thing to do is have colors that are opposite of on the color wheel. And that's, so just go Google the color wheel and see what's opposite of each other. And so like purple and yellow, orange and blue, green and red, those are opposites. So those are the best, those are complementary colors. So those go well together. But you don't have to do that, but they go well together, and typically it makes the most sense. So design your logo. A brand logo design is probably one of the first things that come to mind when you think about building a new brand. And for good reason. It's the face of your company after all, and could potentially be everywhere your brand is. Ideally, you want to create your brand with a logo that's unique, identifiable, and scalable to work at all sizes. Something often overlooked. Consider all the places where your brand's logo needs to exist: website, social media profile, picture, product packaging, video ads, YouTube channel banner, favecon. If you have a text logo as your Instagram avatar, for example, it might be almost impossible to read. To make your life easier, create a square version of your brand logo with an icon or symbol element called a logo mark. So like this is the square version of my icon that remains recognizable even at smaller sizes. So this is my logo, but under there's more to it, but I always use this one because it fits everywhere, and its size is good, and yet it's just recognizable. If you see it, you'll know it. Invest in a logo that can appear anywhere around the web and in physical print. Notice how the Walmart logo has both the Sparks icon, the world mark, which can be used together or separately. So different logos. So the Wendy's logo is the mascot as well. The Starbucks is this emblem. Meta is a combination. Google is abstract. Twitter is an icon. IBM is the letter mark, as well as mine is the letter mark. So you can pick from whatever type of logo you like and make it yours. Now, keep in mind the type of business you have. There are certain type of logos that are going to look better with that business type. So this is just explaining the different types of logos, and you all can read this on your own time. This will be in the private Facebook group. Your branding, apply your branding across your business. So make sure that when you get your logo and your colors, your website is that, your business cards, like literally everything you do, make it that. So for me, mine is pink and green. It's like a deep green that's almost black. Literally everything I do on social media, on everything, is pink and green. Like I'm so serious. So whenever you think of me, you think of whenever you see pink, you'll think of me. Applying your branding across your business gives it a cohesive brand story. A brand story represents who your business is and what it stands for. It sets the stage for every interaction customers have with your brand in store and online. It's Shopify's research on what wins buyer and customer trust, we found that buyers shopping at an online store for the first time often look for a business's mission and purpose to see if they share any values with the business. They will turn to it as its about page to learn more about who they're buying from, and for more socially conscious customers, how the business is run. If your business has a brand story, share it, because it can help the shopper feel reassured yours is a legitimate business. So when building a new brand, your positioning statement can get you started, but you'll want to ask yourself a few questions to nail your brand story. What motivated me to start my business? Why does this company exist? How do we contribute to the world? And what is the story behind my business the customer should know? Not every business is mission driven, but if you create your brand with a mission or values at its core, share your brand story and tell customers why the business was started. Look at the businesses, Tom's, Coca-Cola, and the first, a mission-driven brand, the second, not so much. Tom's, a footwear and accessories company, is in business to improve lives. Tom's earned its strong reputation as a social enterprise with a charitable program called One for One, where it donated shoes to children in need. Customer could feel good about every purchase they made with Tom's. Your brand story can evolve over time, as it did for Tom's, expanding beyond giving shoes to giving a third of its profits to grassroots organizations focused on sustainable change. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am so passionate about like branding and marketing and target audience is like seriously like my passion. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I feel like when you are building a business, that is very important, because if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So definitely get very specific on who your niche is, and then just focus on what your vibe is. And so for me, I'm a vibes person. So, what's your vibe? What do you feel like? How do you feel like it should look or feel, or, what do you want your customers to say about you? And, just go with it, and don't go be so focused on making it perfect. Just make it, put it out there, and then change it over the years. I've changed my logo, I think 4 or 5 times in 10 years. So, I mean, your logo can change. So that means like every 2 years, I'm changing my logo. I think this one is the one. I love this one. It'll probably stay for a very long time, but, change it, but don't wait until it's perfect, or because I literally made my own logo. My first logo, I made it. So don't wait until you got enough money to purchase a logo. You can go on Canva and do logos for free. Just make your logo and get it out there, get your colors out there, and then change it as as the time goes on. So thank you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this, because I know I did. And then if you have any questions about branding or target audience marketing or anything like that, reach out to me. I am here for you. I love to talk about that. I'll talk about that like forever. Yeah, of course, if you guys want to schedule a call with me, text me, email me, call me. And then if you have any questions or concerns, again, text me, call me, email me. I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and I will see you next week, same time, same place.